How did Trey do yesterday running? You said he was going to run outside on the practice field.
Yeah, it went well. So the plan was, because of the travel and the time changing, is that wherever he was at before he got here, we're going to keep him right there, 75, 80%. And then once we get home, we'll start ramping it up in Boston again. So he did very well.
That wasn't me.
Yeah, he did very well.
So he ran at 75, 80%
Yeah.
yesterday.
Yeah,
Okay, got
on the
it.
grass. And then he did all his ground ball work, moved around, hitting the cages. We have a little shorter BP time here, so a lot of guys had to hit in the cage, and we just had the starters hit on the field.
And maybe I was reading too much into it, but if he doesn't go out on a rehab assignment, is he close? Like, that's final 20%? Can he hit that in the next week or less?
Possibly, yeah,
Okay.
possibly.
With Trey, the 75, 80% that he was running, when he had the minor setback on the road, was he at that level, or was
Yeah.
he pushing it a little farther than that?
No, he was at that level, I believe.
Okay, so him coming out of yesterday, I imagine it's a pretty good sign.
Good, yeah.
What do you like about Weston Wilson today in the lineup?
I just had to get him in. I mean, he hadn't played in a week, and it's a tough lefty. Give Stoddard a day, and as I said, coming into this series, or even before that, I wanted to make sure that we were giving guys some days off with all the travel and time change and all that. So this is Stoddard's day. We got 6 right-handers coming out of the off day tomorrow. So.
Scott, second one.
Taiwan mentioned yesterday that he threw, an extra bullpen because of the extra rest that he got. What was the advice for guys like Nola, Wheeler, Sanchez, who are not pitching this weekend? And did they do an extra bullpen? What's
Oh yeah, they will.
protocol?
Yeah, they will. They'll do an extra pen, and we offered all 3 of those guys to stay back if they want, and they all wanted to come. So they were all excited to come. So they'll have an extra bullpen.
You've talked about how much prep work you did for the trip over. How much did you study how the other 4 teams that have come over here did coming out of London? And
I didn't study anything, but Paul and Morgan, they studied it all, and they talked to everybody. And yeah, so now going back, what we're trying to do is, if you want to sleep early in the flight, and maybe for an hour or an hour and a half, then get up and stay awake until we get there.
Standing right side, about halfway down. Hi Rob, just a quick update on Tide Rod really. I mean, I spoke to him yesterday and he was talking about how in spring training he obviously had a little bit of a setback. Like, how do you think he's progressing since then and getting close back to his best?
Taiwan?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think his last bullpen was the best bullpen he's had all year. So we've been waiting for his velocity to spike, because when his velocity spikes, all the other stuff, the split, the cutter, everything else gets better. And usually he's at 85 to 87 during his bullpens, because his bullpens aren't as intense as a game, obviously. And this one was 91. So we're hoping that it plays into the game and it keeps jumping for him. So I'm really kind of excited and interested to see what we have today. But I think he's doing well.
Awesome. And then just looking back on yesterday as well, now that the dust has settled and you've had some time to think about it, was there anything that you saw from the team that maybe hit you overnight that you were impressed with?
Not really the team. I was really impressed with the day as a whole. It was a lot of fun. The stadium was really electric, energetic. I think our guys had a lot of fun.
What did you think of the experience yesterday playing here in London?
Creo que fue una experiencia muy bonita, obviamente porque era un día muy especial por la circunstancia del partido, el terreno de juego. Obviamente es un estadio con tanta historia en el fútbol, y la verdad que pues fue muy bonito y divertido.
It was a beautiful experience for us. It was a special day as well, given the situations on during the game and the field that we played on. I mean, it's a historic field with a lot of football history in it. So it was a really beautiful experience.
Edmundo, you've been getting like everyday playing time now for over a month. I'm just wondering, when Trey does come back and you shift into a different role, how you think that this last month might help you moving forward this year.
Sí, tú estás teniendo mucho tiempo, tú vas todo el día ahora ahí fuera. Cuando él vuelva, ¿qué tú crees que tú vas a hacer? ¿Y cómo tú crees que va a ser esa nueva situación de tenerlo de vuelta?
No, simplemente yo estoy viviendo el momento, me estoy divirtiendo, estoy tratando de hacerlo lo posible para ayudar al equipo a ganar partidos, que es lo más importante, lo que siempre estamos buscando. Obviamente Trey Turner es una superestrella, un pilar importante para el equipo de nosotros. No, simplemente pienso que cuando Trey vuelva pronto yo voy a seguir haciendo mi trabajo, voy a seguir preparándome todos los días, voy a seguir viendo el terreno de juego con esa ilusión, con esa hambre de ayudar al equipo en lo que el manager me necesite y nada, simplemente voy a dejar que las cosas pasen y voy a tratar de estar listo para lo que el manager crea que yo deba hacer.
I'm just simply going to leave the moment, just going to try to have fun and try to do as best as I can to help the team win, which is the most important thing for us right now. We all know Trey Turner is a superstar, and when he comes back soon, he's going to be one of the keystone, one of the corners of our team. He's going to be that important piece. So I'm just going to keep doing my job and prepare myself every day with the same illusion, the same hunger to win that we've always had, and willing to do whatever the manager needs me to do, and just let things happen.
Rob mentioned that after Trey comes back, he may give you some time in the outfield or have you work a little bit in the outfield. I know you did it in spring training last year a little bit. What did you learn about it then, and how do you feel like you might do if you get another chance to do it now?
El manager están pensando que tienen un fit, sabemos que tú intentaste, tuviste la oportunidad de entender en el pasado, cómo tú crees que te preparas para esto ahora, cómo tú crees que tú te ajustarías a ese rol de outfield que sabes, comienza esta situación.
Claro, pienso que obviamente el manager diciendo eso es muy importante para mí, obviamente pues para tener ese tiempo de juego que todo jugador siempre quiere y poder seguir aportando algo al equipo. Pienso que voy a seguir trabajando, obviamente sí, el año pasado trabajamos mucho en las repeticiones en el outfield, este año no he trabajado mucho porque obviamente no se había necesitado, teníamos los jugadores exactos para cubrir esa posición, lo tenemos todavía, pero bueno, voy a trabajar, si hay que hacerlo, voy a dar lo mejor de mí y yo soy un atleta, así que si en su momento me toca pues ir a los files, voy a hacerlo de la mejor manera y con mucha ilusión.
I think to me it's very important that our manager is saying that, and you know, it allows us to have some game time, which is what every single player wants. If that opportunity comes, I'll just keep helping the team and I'll keep working. Last year I had a lot of reps during the season on the outfield, not so much this year because we had the players needed to cover those positions. I mean, we still do, but I'm gonna work there if needed, and as with everything else that I do, I'll give my best version of myself, and I'll play the outfield if that's going to be needed from me.
Alec, you a bunch of ground balls to you yesterday. I'm just wondering how you felt the infield played. Was it different than other turfs you've been on? Did you have to do anything different?
Nah, I mean, no, the turf's just bouncy. I mean, that's really the only thing. The dirt surface, the infield is fine. It's normal. So, yeah, I'd say that's the only real difference.
And just your overall impressions of yesterday, from before the game until everything finishes, with the day itself, the way the game played out, and the atmosphere as well.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I mean, obviously, just a different experience for everyone, playing in a different country and a different stadium. The roof hanging over the catcher on some of the pop-ups was a little different. But yeah, I mean, they've done a good job. It's been a fun experience, and hoping everyone's enjoying it.
Hi Alec, I think it's been safe to say your experience in London has been kind of a special one. You've been out mingling with fans, saying hello. The English fans have got a chant for you in specific, which I'm sure you've kind of heard around by now. Does this feel a bit more than just a regular transient market? Do you feel a bit more attached to London after seeing all this?
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously you see from afar some of the intensity of the soccer matches and all that. So as far as sports fans go, they're obviously they're into it, and they're good sports fans. So it's been fun for sure.
Hey, Alec. What were you thinking when Bryce did that celebration yesterday? There seemed a few surprise reactions in the dugout when Bryce did the slide.
I was hitting, so yeah, I didn't even know that happened.
Any comments about the experience in London outside of the games? Interesting or surprising things you've seen, or unique British things you've learned?
I wouldn't say there's really anything that is too out of the ordinary or anything I wouldn't have really kind of expected. I think everything is just as normal over here as over back at home. It's nothing too crazy different or anything like that.
Any highlights as a tourist then in the brief time you had to look around?
No, man, I mean, I really, I haven't gotten to explore as much as, I thought I would maybe be able to, just with, some of the stuff we had scheduled, and then, the last 2 days have just been all baseball.
Rob mentioned several times this week just all the time zones you guys have gone through, I guess 18 and 17 days. Just this time of year, does this feel like more of a grind than usual, just given the way these last few weeks have gone?
Yeah, I mean, anytime you're going to waste 3 off days for 2 games, you're going to be making up for that elsewhere in the season. So, yeah, that's all part of it, and, we're going to do what we got to do. But, yeah, I mean, some guys are going to have some couple stretches where they're maybe a little tired or whatever, but I think as far as once the game starts, all that stuff kind of goes away and you're just playing baseball as usual.